Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. It is your construction update on our public safety building for the Fitchburg Police Department. Jared is back from Pepper Construction, and it's been a whirlwind this last month. First off, the white stuff showed up unexpectedly. Definitely. So what does that just overall do to you guys when you get, a foot of snow out of nowhere?
Yeah, so it was a little earlier than we were expecting this year, but definitely it throws a little bit of a wrench into things. Monday when the contractor showed up, there was quite a bit of what we'll call digging out, and it was a pretty substantial storm, so unfortunately they did lose that day, just trying to get back to square one, so to speak, get the holes cleared and get the site kind of safe for workers to walk around so nobody was slipping or tripping or falling on.
You really never think, from a perspective of watching this go on, you don't really think of that snow removal as part of the process, but throw that in each time it snows, huh?
Yeah, very much so. It's part of the process. With the big hole in the ground and that snow just falling on top, it takes time to get it clear and get it safe so the guys and girls can get down in the hole and get back to work. And like I was saying, a lot of skid steers plowing the snow on the site, kind of trying to get it out of the way, to maintain access for the trucks and equipment that's moving around out there. But JP Cullen seems to have it under control right now, for now. I know temperatures are going to plummet, so that takes a little bit of a toll on the big diesel engines, and sometimes they're not able to start those when it's single-digit temperatures. Winter's barreling down on us here in Fitchburg.
Go figure. Just add that to the list of things for construction. Well, since the last time we talked, I was searching for a word, and you came up with it, mobilized. The site mobilized very quickly, so we were talking about scraping and moving some dirt, but now we're off and running.
Yes, absolutely. So I think if you've been by the site, you'll see the JP Cullen job site trailers have showed up. Connex boxes are kind of storage containers for the tools that they're using on a day-to-day basis. Dumpsters, like we talked about, skid steers kind of on site now for that snow plowing. So they're getting ready to get going and working on getting temporary power to the site to power up those trailers and the tools that they're using to build the project.
So now inside the whole area, that's where the action is. You told us last time that it's basically concrete from here till the end of time. So what is happening as far as concrete? And we have concrete in the ground officially before the snow fell.
Absolutely.
We got started.
Yes, yep. So JP Cullen's working on pouring the footings right now. They do have some of the foundation walls poured. They'll continue to do footings and foundations probably for the next month, 2 months. It's going to be a lot of concrete trucks delivering to the site and dumping and trying to, get that installed before we get even more snow here. So
we talked about that you can do concrete in the winter months.
Absolutely.
So there may be concerns like, is that it? Does that work? How do you cure it? Whatever terms you want to throw out there. But you've told me that there'll be a lot of heating operations happening alongside of all of this. So explain a little bit of that.
Yeah, sure. So, at the end of each day, kind of where they have the hole in the ground and they're trying to install the footings, they'll lay what we call kind of a concrete winter blanket down on the ground to kind of insulate that ground, help keep it from freezing. They show up to work the next day, they'll remove those blankets in the areas that they're going to form up, and they'll just kind of continue that process down the line until they get the footings complete. As far as pouring the concrete, I think we talked last time, they do make that concrete with kind of a hot water, so it's kind of keeping it at a nice temperature while it's getting delivered to the site. Once it's placed, they'll vibrate that concrete. Testing company will ensure it meets the proper air, slump, water, cement ratios. They'll make test cylinders that eventually get broken in a lab to make sure the concrete's curing out to the right design strengths. And then once that concrete's poured, they'll pour, again, those concrete blankets over the top of the wall to kind of keep that heat inside so that concrete can cure out properly. And again, there's an owner testing company on site to oversee all of this to ensure that no rules are being broken and things are getting done the right way.
No cracks in the walls.
Well, there will be cracks again, right? Concrete always cracks.
Darn concrete.
Yeah.
Interesting enough, you may have heard this too, drainage tile being put in. You think at your house, around the house, you hope you have it. If you don't, you should get it. But you're putting drainage tile at the same time.
Yeah, so inside the footing, inside the building, there'll be a drainage tile around the perimeter. Obviously, with this ground being frozen, and they're not going to concrete blanket the entire site. They'll introduce what we call a ground thaw machine kind of around the perimeter. So that's a glycol kind of tubing that they lay on top of the ground. It circulates around, kind of provides heat to help that thaw that ground, which will allow them to then come back and dig up and install that drain tile so they can proceed forward with the slab on grade and go vertical with the building.
Speaking of vertical, you also may have noticed a big crane showed up just out of nowhere, and wow.
Yeah, it showed up yesterday. A nice big crawler crane is on the site. As I was walking in here today, I saw it swinging around. It looked like they were doing some load testing to ensure that kind of everything is functioning as it should. And very soon, I think you'll see that starting to fly formwork and column forms and things like that to keep operations going on the site.
So by the next time that we see you, what do you expect here in the coming months? So we kind of continue that, I mean, concrete, but...
Yeah, I think soon, probably sometime in January, you'll start to see the CMU stair towers go up. So you'll see a giant kind of block tower, if you will, at the stairwell and elevator locations. So they'll get that installed. And yeah, then you'll really just kind of be still seeing concrete. Eventually, structural steel will start showing up and precast down the road. But CMU will be your next kind of activity, I think, that you'll start to notice as it's coming out of the ground.
All right, Jared. Well, we appreciate the time as always. We'll check back in with you about mid-January and see what the progress is.
Sounds great. I hope you have a great holiday.
You as well. Thanks, sir.
Thank you.